Hello and welcome to my new series. I am Willow and this is Whispers of Willow, and the show is in association with Willow's Witchy Den. And also, these are carry on shows for our Witchy 101 shows that we done a couple of years back. So, I'm looking forward to doing these shows, helping all of my new coming witches and spiritual practitioners that may be coming into the craft. Maybe you're people that are already in the craft, but you're needing more information, you're seeking more information. Well, these shows are going to be able to help you to walk your path, to understand what is expected when being in the craft. Everything from working with deities, how you work safely, how you cast, all of these sort of important factors. So, my first three lots of series are going to be for 8 weeks or more. And the shows are going to be about different types of witches, gods and goddesses, and the 8 Sabbaths or Sabbaths. There are many different ways that people say the names of gods, goddesses, our holidays, and things like that. So, yes, the Sabbaths. So, today's show, I'm going to be talking to you and giving you the story behind Hekate and Konanos, which are two of the deities that I work very closely to. Hekate is known to be the mother of witches. She is the goddess of the crossroads. She is also known as a triple goddess. She walks in the light and the dark. She works with the underworld, and she is a very known and sorted deity that witches intend to work with for very good reasons. Then you have got Konanos. For a lot of us witches, when you come into the craft, you are very much going to be connected to things like nature and the natural world, because we work with that a lot to do our ceremonies, our workings, and our rituals, spells, and just of ways to be able to help us as practitioners to be in our true elements. So, Konanos is the god of nature and the natural world. He is the god of animals, and he is also known to bear and to take spirits to the other side, and he is also known and really good to work with to communicate with spirit, just as Hecate is. So my two first deities are these two because I really have a very strong connection with them. I have worked with them for a long time, and I want to do these guys out of honor of them, and because I think that they are two deities that you should really get to know to. So obviously my shows are based on the three factors that I said to you, but today's one is just the story behind Hecate and the story behind Konanos. So after that, there will be another show that will follow, which will be where I talk to you in more detail about the ways to work with Hecate and Konanos in your workings and in your witch practice or your spiritual practice. Now, I will specify that make sure you have pens and paper. You want to write down as much of the advice and the information that is being given in these shows, because it's key to do that at the beginning of your practices. Learning, educating, and teaching is key to you at this time. Taking information and advice from others, researching and studying into what you do is a really important thing, which is half the reason that I am doing these shows. And the other half is just because I absolutely love when new people or people that are in the craft are coming along, wanting to grow more, wanting to learn more, and wanting to work with maybe deities and energies that they have not yet worked with. So I just want to speak to you about Hecate and Kananos, also because they are two very misunderstood deities. They are associated, and some people will say that they are associated to dark magic, evil, and badness. This is not the case. They have just got a walk between the liminal worlds, okay? So between our world and the spirit world, they walk between the realms of heaven and what you would know as hell, earth, whatever you want to call it. Okay, they walk in the liminal realms of those places, meaning that they are open and free to go anywhere that they want. They are not bound down by the energies and the concepts of what gods and goddesses are normally described as. They are their own essence and their own energy. So these are two really powerful but very, very honorable deities that I want to talk to you about. So I hope you do enjoy this. So we are going to be talking today about the story of Hekate and the story of CERNUNNOS. I will have my camera off when I am doing these shows, and I will showing pictures of each of the deities as I do their stories. So we're going to be starting with obviously Hecate first, and then we will go on to doing CERNUNNOS. Okay, so I hope that you enjoy this video. Please get your pens and your paper and write down any information or anything that you think is vital and is going to help you, and enjoy this video. So let's get on to talking about Hecate. Hecate is an amazing and powerful goddess. She is known as the mother of witches. She is the goddess of the crossroads and minimal spaces. She is the walker of light and dark, and not meaning light and dark as in good and evil, even though that is a concept that is linked to her as well. More in the concept that she understands the troubles, struggles, and the unnice things that happen to us in life. And she can help us to be able to remove that dark side of us. So she works in the dark realm, which is the underworld, as well as working in the light, which would be like any other normal, perfect, and holy, divine deity that we would work with. So this is the story behind Hecate, how she became part of the witch faith, how she became to be known in the public eye, what she stands for, and who she is as a goddess. She is also known as the triple goddess, which is the aspects of the maiden, mother, and crone as well. So she is a really, really important witch. She is one that a lot of witches in many different practices work with because of the representation of her being the mother of witches. She helps us to be able to walk our path correctly and safely and the right way. Hecate is an energy that is very powerful. She will push you to do things. She is not somebody that beats around the bush and is all prim and proper with you. She will make sure you know the things that you need to be doing. Yes, she can be understanding. Yes, she is very caring in her own way. But she is very much one of these sort of deities is that is like no nonsense and kind of get on with it sort of thing. Now, for some people coming into communicating and working with Hecate, they may find her energy a little bit overpowering and a bit uneasy at first because of how powerful she is and her connections. But as you go through time and working with her, you will find that she is an absolutely amazing deity to work with, and that she is one of the highest of the deities as well, guys. So I'm going to tell you the story of her, and I'm obviously going to do the same with CERNUNNOS after as well. But I really want to share Hecate with you. She is my main goddess. She is a goddess that I've worked with for a long time. She has helped me through some very dark and struggling times, as well as some really perfect and really good times. She's helped me to find my true essence and energy in who I am as a witch and in my faith and my craft. She has been one of those aspects that have been with me for a long time and has helped and guided me in many ways. She's got so many attributes to what she is and what she does that she is perfect in pretty much everything. Even from speaking, communicating, connecting with spirits, she helps souls go over. She's really good for philosophy and all this sort of stuff. She is really connected. The fact that her mother is said to be a star as well means that she's got deep connections to planets, stars, and things like that. So if you're somebody that's into that side of thing as well, then you could bring those elements and look into how you could work with her for that as well. So here are the stories that I have got about Hecate. First, I would like to welcome you and a merry meet to you all, and thank you for joining this amazing new series. This is episode 1, and we are today talking about Hecate and Cernunnos, Hecate being the first one. So I welcome you all to the world of Hecate. Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft, the guardian of crossroads, and the keeper of the unseen. Hecate is mysterious, powerful, and ever present in the shadows of Greek mythology. She has been feared and revered. She is said to that she walks between worlds, guiding lost souls and wielding unmatched magical might. But who is Hecate, truly, we ask? Is Hecate a dark omen, or is she a wise protector? Join me as we uncover the myths, symbols, and rituals of this enigmatic deity. Prepare to step into the twilight where magic and mystery intertwine. Hecate is the guardian of crossroads. She is also said to be the ancient Greek goddess of magic. She is the goddess of night and the underworld, and she holds prominent places in mythology as the guardian of crossroads. Her presence is a symbolic intersection that highlights her role as a guide through transitions, both physical and metaphysical. Hecate is often depicted in a triple form deity. She embodies wisdom, protection, and power. Offerings you can give to her by bringing in her blessings. She will bring blessings to those who seek her aid and navigating the liminal spaces of life and death. These are two aspects that she's very into and very connected to. Hecate's origins and mythological roots. Hecate's origins are somewhat obscure, with scholars debating whether she was a pre-Greek deity absorbed in the Hellenic mythology or a truly native figure. She is commonly considered a Titan, the daughter of Perseus and Hystera, linking her to the celestial and phonic realm. Unlike most Titans who were overthrown by Zeus, Hecate retained her power and was honored by the king of the gods himself, a testament to her unique standing in the pantheon. Hecate is depicted as a benevolent deity who bestows wealth, victory, and wisdom. She is associated with the moon magic. She's associated with ghosts and the underworld, aspects that later merge into her identity as the guardian of boundaries and transitions. The liminality of crossroads, places where different paths intersect, is a fitting domain for her as she oversees choices, changes, and the unknown. Hecate's symbolisms. Hecate is most commonly depicted as a triple goddess form, either as three women standing back to back or as a single figure with three heads. Sometimes she can also be seen as a single form. This imagery represents her domain over the past, present, and the future, as well as her connections to the earth, sea, and sky. The number three holds a deep magical significance in reinforcing her role as the powerful deity in witchcraft and historic traditions. Her traditional symbols include torches representing illumination in the darkness and guiding souls through transition, keys symbolizing access to hidden knowledge and the threshold between worlds. Dogs, often black hounds, are associated with the spirits of the dead and her phonic nature. Snakes signify rebirth, transformation, and her links to the underworld. At Crossroads, devotees place statues of Hekate, known as the Hekate. These statues were placed to protect travelers and ward off evil offerings, warding off the evil. Offerings were placed at three-way junctions. This action was made in her honor for seeking her blessing and guidance. Hecate's role as guardian of the crossroads. Crossroads are places of decision making, ambiguity, and transition, making them sacred to Hecate. In ancient Greece, they were considered points of supernatural activity where spirits roamed freely, and Hecate was invoked to ensure safety and proper passage. She was especially revered during the Diamond, a ritual meal offered at the new moon, where food was left at crossroads to appease restless spirits and to honor our goddess Hecate. This practice reinforced her association with the unseen forces of the night and her role as a mediator between the living and the dead. Hecate's connections to the crossroads extends beyond the physical to the metaphysical. She guides through she guides those facing difficult choices, offering insight and wisdom. In many traditions, invoking Hecate at a crossroad means you seek clarity and insight in uncertain times, and she provides guidance through the shadows of the unknown. Hecate in magic and witchcraft. Hecate's association with witchcraft is one of her most enduring aspects. She is considered a patroness of witches, also known as the mother of witches. She is also known to be not just by witches, but for sorcery and necromancy. Ancient texts describe her as a powerful figure in magical rites. Hecate is invoked for protection, divination, and spellcasting. Practitioners of magic often seek her favor when performing rituals at crossroads. These can be done at home as well. Believing her presence strengthens their spells. She is invoked in modern Wiccan and Holistic traditions as a guide in shadow work, astral travel, and transformative magic. Many witches leave offerings of honey, garlic, egg, breads. There are other associations as well, which will be said in the second video. These are normally left at the crossroads as a gesture of devotion and to seek her wisdom. Hecate's evolution through history. Hecate's influences extend from beyond ancient Greece. In the Roman period, she was equipped with the underworld goddess Trivia, reinforcing her role as a guardian of the thresholds. In the medieval era, her image shifted as Christianity demonized many pagan deities associate, like many of the deities, associating her with darkness and witchcraft. Despite this, her veneration persisted, and she remained a prominent figure in folklore, particularly in magic and occult traditions. Du- du- During the Resonance Solars, Hecate was rediscovered through classical text, and she regained her reputation as a powerful figure of wisdom and magic. Today, she is revered in neo pagan traditions, with modern practitioners invoking her in rituals for protection, transformation, and spiritual guidance. Hecate's role as the guardian of Crossroads embodies her deep connection to change, mystery, and power. Whether in ancient ritual, magical practices, or personal devotion, she remains a prominent and potent symbol of wisdom and guidance. Her presence at life's crossroads, both literal and figurative, offers strength to those who seek her, lighting the way through darkness and uncertainty. For those who walk the path of magical transformation and spiritual discovery, Hecate stands as an eternal guardian, watching over all who dare to step into the unknown. Hecate in witchcraft and magic. Hecate is an ancient goddess of magic, witchcraft, and the crossroads. Hecate is a powerful figure in mythology and modern magical practices, revered as the goddess of liminal. She bridges the seen and unseen, the living and the dead, and the mortal and divine. Now let's explore Hecate's origins, her role in historical and modern witchcraft, ritual dedicated to her, and how she continues to influence magical practitioners today. The origins and mythological significance of Hecate's origins trace back to the ancient Anatolia and Thrace. Though she was widely worshipped in Greece, the Theogony by Hesiod describes her as the daughter of Titans Perseus and Astara, emphasizing her domain over sky, earth, and sea. Unlike many Titans who lost power after the rise of the Olympians, Hecate retained her influences granted by Zeus himself. She is associated with the underworld, the moon, and witchcraft. In later traditions, she become linked with Persephone's disappearance into the underworld, acting as a guide between worlds. This connection to the afterlife solidified her role as the goddess of necromancy, spirits, and the unseen forces of magic. Hecate in witchcraft and magic. Through history, Hecate has been honored in various magical traditions, from ancient traditions to modern Wiccan and Hellenistic paganism. Hecate is a triple goddess, and this is one of her most well known depictions and forms, representing maiden, mother, and crone. This symbolism aligns her with lunar cycles, wisdom, and transformation in magic. She is often invoked in spells related to change, personal growth, divinization, necromancy, and spirit work. Hecate's, Hecate's connection to ghost spirits and the dead makes her the key figure in necromantic traditions. In ancient Greece, she was honored during nighttime rituals where offerings were left at crossroads known as the Hekate supper. These offerings typically consisted of eggs, garlic, honey, and fish. Drinks like wine or milk as well, red wine preferably. This is said to appease the spirits and to gain Hecate's favour. Hecate's influences on modern witchcraft. In contemporary witchcraft, Hekate is invoked for protection, guidance, and magical wisdom. She is considered a patroness of witches, particularly those who practice divination, hedge witchcraft, and shadow work. Many modern practitioners dedicate altars to her, incorporating her symbols such as torches, keys, and black dogs and polecats. They will also do rituals and spells dedicated to Hekate. Hecate's magic is often performed at night, particularly during the dark moon. Below are a few ways to honour her in ritual practices. So here's some practice bits that I put here. So the first one is Hecate's crossroads ritual. This is one that I really love and I really like using. And it's quite simple to do, guys. And remember that when you're doing your work, you don't have to go by concepts and scripts of others. You can use your own scripts, write your own scripts, and make it personal. She loves that too, guys. So, Hecate's crossroad ritual. The purpose of this ritual is to seek guidance and to open new paths. The items that you will need for this ritual are one key, 3 black candles, and an offering of honey or eggs. The instructions to use. Light the candle and place the offering into the center of the crossroads or the place that you're setting up to do her ritual. Hold the key in your hand and say these words. O Hecate, goddess of the crossroads, guide me through the paths unknown. Grant me wisdom, grant me sight, lead me through the dark of night. So might it be, or blessed be. Then sit and meditate on your path and needs, and listen back to anything that she may say to you or give to you in sign or message. Always remember to leave Hecate an offering as a thank you for her help. And it is said, even though not everybody does it, never ever turn back when leaving her an offering. Just keep walking forward and allow her to enjoy the gifts that you give her. Offerings can also be given to her by thought way as well. Hecate and her loyal dogs that are always with her most of the time will take offerings of memories that and pain and things that affect you in life. If you was to give some of your most darkest thoughts and painful thoughts over to them, that will appease them as well. But when you're doing rituals at crossroads, or you are doing rituals in your secret space, and you're doing them on particular nights of Hecate, the 16th of November is Hecate's night, then putting food and things out as well would be normally told to be done, as well as putting out like red wines, milk if you don't have red wine. Another spell is Hecate's protection spell. So the purpose of this spell is to ward off negative energy and spiritual attacks. Okay, this is another one I like to use. The items you need will be one black candle, salt, and an image or a symbol of Hecate. You must cast a circle with salt, and you must light the black candle. Then say these words. O Hecate, guardian of the night, protect me with your guiding light. No harm shall pass, no ill shall stay. By your power, send them away. And then you would say, no, so might it be, or blessed be. Then you would just visualize her presence around you, surrounding you with her protection and healing energy, guys. Okay, so that is the one that you would do for that. Her next one is dream divination with Hecate. Hecate will very much work with you through dream states as well. So this is a ritual that I do because I dream a lot and I get a lot of my work through dreaming as well as physically when I'm awake. So this small ritual is to receive messages from Hecate through dreams, okay? The items that you will need will be some mugwort in a little bag, a silver coin, and a white candle. Now you place the mugwort in the bag under your pillow. You hold the silver coin in your hand and you light the candle and you say, "O Hecate, goddess of the veil, show me truth beyond the pale. In dreams reveal what must I see. By your wisdom, so might it be." I'll read that one again because I think I missed a couple of words out. Dream divinization with Hecate. You will need to have a little bag with mugwort, a silver coin, and a white candle, and this is to call Hecate to bring you messages in your dream. You will place the mugwort under your pillow and you hold the silver coin and you light the white candle and you say, "Hecate, goddess of the veil, show me truth beyond the pale. In dreams reveal what I must see. By your wisdom, so might it be, blessed be." Once you go to sleep and when you wake up, write or record anything that you got in dreams that seemed like you were being spoke to as soon as you wake up. It's really key and vital for you to write down anything you experience with any part of your practice, especially the things that you do with your diets. So now moving on to see symbols and sacred items of Hecate. Hecate's imagery includes several key symbols that are widely used in magical practice. Number one is her torches, representing her role as a light bringer and guide. Number two are her keys, symbolizing knowledge, gateways, and transitions. Number three are black dogs. Dogs are secret to Hecate and are often seen as her messengers, and they help her with crossing spirit as well, and they also accompany her when she is going to others. Number four are snakes, and they are associated with wisdom and transformation. Number five, the moon, Hecate's connection to the lunar magic and cycles. Now coming into Hecate's day of celebration. So celebrating Hecate's day as a modern witch, we celebrate Hecatean on November the 16th, known as Hecate's Night. We celebrate with rituals, prayers, offerings, and devotionals. Many of us also work with her during the dark moon for introspection and shadow work. To connect with Hecate deeply, create an altar with her secret symbols and offer regular offerings of food or incense. This can strengthen one's connection with her. Hecate's presence in witchcraft and magic is as strong today as it was in the ancient times. As a goddess of transition, mysteries, and magic, she continues to guide witches, seekers, and those who walk between worlds. Hecate is normally invoked for protection, wisdom, or transformation. Hecate remains a beacon for those who seek the hidden paths of the universe. By working with her, practitioners can access deep insight, strengthen their magical practices, and honor one of the most enduring deities of witchcraft and the occult. Hecate, in her triple form and Liminality. Hecate is the ancient goddess of magic, witchcraft, the night, and crossroads. She has long been a significant figure in mythology, particularly within the Hellenistic traditions. As a triple form and libility are among her most defining attributes, shaping how she is perceived and seen. This part explores the triple goddess aspect, her role as the liminal deity, and the spiritual and magical manipulations of these characteristics. The triple form of Hecate is one of the most well known aspects of her identity. In classical art and literature, she is often depicted as three women or three heads facing different directions. This imagery signifies her domain over multiple realms and her ability to see past, present, and future. Her tragic nature is typically associated with three primary spheres: the maiden aspect, which is seen as her youthful aspect. Hecate's maiden role represents potential new beginnings, the mysteries of the unknown. This phase corresponds to the waxing moon, signifying growth and discovery. As the maiden, she is invoked for guidance in intuition, right, and personal transformation. This aspect aligns her with Persephone, the young goddess who transitioned in the underworld, reinforcing Hecate's connection to the mysteries of the life and death. Then you have the mother aspect, Hecate's maternal form, which symbolizes creation, protection, and sustenance. She embodies the nurturing aspects of the divine feminine, particularly in her role as a guardian of the home and protector of women. This aspect links with the full moon, representing com- completion and power. As the mother, she is often linked to fertility and magic that ensure stability, making her an essential figure in protective and binding spells. Then you have the crone aspect. The final aspect of Hecate is the crone, the wise old woman who governed over endings, death, and the afterlife. This phase is associated with the waning moon and the knowledge that comes with age. As a crone, Hecate is a psychopomp, guiding souls into the underworld. Her wisdom makes her a patron of divinization and necromantic rites, making her an essential figure in sorcery. The symbolism of the triple form. Hecate's tragic nature reflects the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, mirroring the natural world's rhythms. This makes her a crucial figure in magical traditions that recognize these cycles. Many contemporary Wiccan and practitioners of witchcraft call on Hecate in her triple form to invoke balance and power in rituals. Hecate is a liminal goddess. A central theme in Hecate's mythology is her limitility, her presence at thresholds, crossroads, and boundaries between worlds. Liminality refers to transitional spaces where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, making them ideal sites for magical workings. Hecate embodies this principle in multiple ways. One is the guardian of crossroads. Hecate is often depicted standing at a three-way crossroad where travelers must choose a path. In ancient times, crossroads were seen as mystical places where the veil between worlds was thin. People left offerings for Hecate at these sites, particularly during the diamond, the night before the new moon, when she was honoured with food, sacrifices, and celebration. The crossroads symbolism choices, transitions, and the unknown element central to her domain, the guide between worlds. Hecate's role as a psychopomp highlights her limitality. She guides souls through the underworld, ensuring safe passage. The function connects her to other underworld deities such as Hermes and Persephone. Because of this, necromancer and those practicing spirit work often invokes Hecate for seeking her aid in communicating with the dead or navigating the unseen realms. The mediator between the divine and the mortal realms. As a liminal figure, Hecate bridges the gap between the gods and humanity. In some myths, she is associated with Demeter in searching for Persephone, symbolizing her role as the mediator between living and the dead. Her ability to move between these realms makes her an important figure in oracular and Prothic traditions. Patron of magic and witchcraft, Hecate is associated with magic which stems from her domain over liminal spaces. She is the goddess of boundaries, not just physical ones, but also those between reality and illusion. This makes her an ideal deity for witches who operate in the realms of the unseen. Her symbols, such as the torches, keys, and dogs, further reinforce her connection to the unlocking mystical knowledge and lighting the way for seekers of hidden truths. Spiritual and magical implications. Hecate's triple form and liminal nature offers profound insight into spiritual and magical practices. Understanding these aspects allows practitioners to connect with her energy in meaningful ways. Anyone working with Hecate in magic are known as her devotees. Us Hecatons often call upon her during major life transitions, such as intention ceremonies, death rites, or periods of personal transformation. Crossroad rituals, where practitioners leave offerings or perform spell work at intersections. These are some of the common ways honor her. Give her Given her roles as a psychopomp, she is frequently called on for ancestral and spiritual communication. Excuse me, I've still got a bit of a funny nose. Hecate symbols and their use in ritual. Torches represent illumination, guidance in the darkness. Keys symbolize unlocking mysteries and accessing to hidden knowledge. Dogs often seen as her secret animals associated with protection and the underworld. Serpents, like snakes, represent rebirth and transformation, linking her to the phonic wisdom. Crossroads serve as a powerful space for invoking her energy. The role of the liminality in modern practices. Liminality is, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, it's a really hard word to say with me being dyslexic. Liminality is in spiritual practice means embracing transitions and seeing them as opportunities for growth. Those who work with Hecate often cultivate an awareness of thresholds in their lives, whether physical, emotional, or metaphysical. This may include meditation at dusk and dawn, a time of transition, working with the new moon, a time of renewal, or embracing personal changes through ritual. For Hecate's influence in contemporary witchcraft, modern witches see Hecate not only as the historical deity, but also as a powerful spiritual force. She represents the empowerment of those who walk between worlds, whether through shadow work, divinization, or spell casting. At present, in contemporary Wiccan and pagan traditions, this underscores her enduring relevance in wisdom and power. Hecate, the ancient goddess of magic, witchcraft, and crossroad, embodies both wisdom and power, a figure surrounded in mystery and reverence. She is often depicted as a torch-bearing guide between worlds, a mistress of the occult, and a protector of those who seek her favor. To understand her nature, we must explore her origins, attributes, and the ways in which she imparts wisdom and power to those who honor her. Origins and mythology. Hecate's origins are ambiguous. Some sources trace her back to the Titans, specifically as the daughter of Perseus and Astara, which grants her an ancient and cosmetic authority. Theogony presents her as a favored deity, stating that Zeus honored her above all others, granting her domain over heaven, earth, the heavens, earth, and sea. This unique role distinguished her from many other deities as she moves freely between realms. Though Hecate does not feature prominently in many myths, her influence is profound. She plays a key role in the assistance of Demeter, helping Demeter in her search for Persephone. Her association with Persephone links her to the underworld, reinforcing her role as a liminal goddess who travels the boundaries between life and death. Symbols and attributes. Hecate's history is rich with meaning. She is often seen holding torches, signifying her role as the guide through darkness. Dogs, particularly black hounds, accompany her as both protectors and omens. Keys, another significant symbol representing her ability to unlock hidden knowledge and open pathways to new realities. She is also depicted as a triple-formed goddess, embodying the past, present, and future, all the three aspects of maiden, mother, and crone. The wisdom of Hecate. Hecate's wisdom is rooted in her liminal nature. She stands at the crossroads, both literally and metaphysically, symbolizing choice, transition, and the search of knowledge. To those who seek her counsel often do so during moments of uncertainty, relying on her insight to illuminate their paths. Intuition and inner knowledge. Hecate encourages those who follow her to trust their intuition. As a goddess of the unseen, she governs dreams, omens, and divination. By working with her, practitioners develop a deeper sense of inner knowing, allowing them to perceive truths hidden beneath the surface of reality. Mystic, mysticism and the occult. Hecate's Hecate presides over magic and witchcraft, offering wisdom to those who study these arts. Her followers engage in rituals, spellwork, and divination practices, such as sorcery, tarot, and spirit communication. She teaches that true power comes not only from casting spells, but from understanding the deeper mysteries of the universe. Hecate also can help you with lessons in shadow work. Hecate's wisdom extends into the realms of self discovery. As a goddess of transformation, she guides individuals through shadow work, the process of confronting and interrogating one's hidden fears, desires, and suppressed emotion. By embracing the darkness within, one can gain strength and wisdom and walk forward. The power of Hecate. Hecate's power is both protective and transformative. She does not put her strength upon her followers, but teaches them to cultivate their own. Her presence in myth and modern practice highlights the many ways she empowers those who seek her guidance, protection, and banishing. Hecate is a formidable protector. Her devotees invoke her for safeguarding against negative forces, whether through amulets, spells, or rituals. Some of these are the Hecatean wheel, also known as the Strophalos, is a secret symbol used to call upon her protection and wisdom. Offerings left at crossroads further strengthen her connection to those who seek her aid. As the mistress of the crossroads, Hecate's power lies in her ability to open or close doors. She assists in decision making, helping her followers navigate crucial life choices. By working with Hecate, one learns to embrace change, let go of fear, and to step confident, confidently into new phases of life. Transformation and rebirth. Hecate's influence is deeply tied to personal transformation. She represents death and rebirth, not only in the literal sense, but in the cycles of personal growth. Those who call upon her during times of upheaval often find themselves shedding old identities and emerging stronger and renewed. Rituals and devotion. Honoring Hecate involves rituals that reflect her domains. Devotees often perform rites at crossroads, leaves offerings such as garlic, honey, or eggs. They will light torches in her name. The Diagonum, a monthly feast held on the dark moon, is a traditional time to honor her by offering food to spirits and cleansing one's home. Hecate embodies the perfect balance of wisdom and power. As a goddess of the unseen, she offers profound insight to those willing to embrace her mysteries. Her guidance fosters intuition, transformation, and strength, making her a vital figure in both ancient and modern spiritual practices. Whether one seeks wisdom, protection, or empowerment, Hecate stands as a guiding light in the darkness, illuminating the path for those who dare to walk it. Hecate's origins are surrounded in mystery, much like her character. In Greek mythology, she is typically portrayed as the daughter to the Titans Perseus and Astara, making her the second generation Titan. However, some accounts suggest her parentage as Zeus and Hera, emphasizing her divine lineage. Her name itself carries layers of meaning and interpretation. Pega- Pegoti is derived from the Greek word ekrios, meaning one who works from afar. She that operates from afar and the distant one. This reflects her association with the unseen realms, her domains over liminal spaces, and her ability to travel between worlds. Hecate's attributes and symbols. Hecate is often described as a triple bodied goddess, symbolizing a triple nature and her domain over the three realms the earth, the sea, and the sky. The imagery also represents her association with crossroads, where multiple paths intersect and diverge, signifying choice, transition, and transformation. Yep, signifies in choice, transformation, and transition. Her symbols include torches, serpents, keys, daggers, and dogs. The torches signify a role as the guide in the darkness, illuminating the path for those who seek her guidance, or travelers on their not travelers, guidance or traverse the shadowy realms. Serpents represent regeneration in the shedding of old skin, echoing Hecate's association with transformation and renewal, that symbolizes her domain over gates and thresholds, granting or denying access to hidden realms. Daggers reflect her role as a protector and a guardian, capable of both defending and destroying. Dogs, particularly black dogs, are sacred to Hecate, serving as her companions and guardians, as well as a symbol of her connection to the underworld. Hecate's roles in mythology. Hecate's history is rich and varied, with numerous stories and associations that highlight her diverse aspects and powers as a goddess of magic and witchcraft. She is often invoked by practitioners seeking her aid in spells, rituals, and incarnations. She is said to have taught the secrets of herbalism, poisons, necromancy to mortals, empowering them to harness the forces of nature and the unseen realms. One of Hecate's most famous roles is her association with the underworld and the realm of the dead. She is depicted as the guide and companion of Persephone, the queen of the underworld, assisting her in navigating the realms of life and death. Hecate's torches illuminate the paths for souls journeying between worlds, ensuring safe passage and protection from malevolent spirit. Hecate also plays a crucial role in the myths of Demeter and Persephone. When Persephone is abducted by Hermes, the god of the underworld, Demeter, her mother, plunges into a world plunges the world into darkness and despair in her grief. Demeter roams the earth in search of her daughter, neglecting her duties as the goddess of agriculture and fertility. Hecate recognizes the imbalance caused by Persephone's absence. Hecate joins Demeter and helps in the search and offers her guidance and support. Together, they uncover the truths of Persephone's abduction and negotiate her return from the underworld, restoring balance and harmony to the world. Hecate is a witch. Hecate is associated with witchcraft and magic, central to her mythology and worship in ancient Greece. She was revered as the phantom and patron goddess of witches, sorcerers, and the magicians, who sought her favour and guidance in their magical practices. Hecate is believed to possess vast knowledge of spells, charms, and incarnations. She is she will freely and happily share with those who honour her as the goddess and mother of witches. Hecate embodies the archetype of the wise crone, possessing wisdom born from centuries of experience and observation. She is both a healer and a protector, using her powers to aid those in need and defend against malevolent forces. The connection to the moon further enhances her mystical aura, as the moon phases are believed to influence the potency of magic and the ebb and flow of natural energy. Worship and ritual in ancient Greece. Hecate was called upon through various rituals and ceremonies, particularly during the dark phases of the moon. Offerings of food, incense, and libations were made to appease her and seek her favour. Devotees would gather at crossroads or at home, where her presence was believed to be strongest. To invoke her aid and guidance in matters of magic, divination, and protection, Hecate's worship also includes rites of purification and intention, where witches and sorcerers and seekers perform rituals to gain her favour and to receive her blessings. These rites often involve the use of secret symbols, incarnations, and potions, as well as tests of courage and devotion. Hecate's legacy and influences. Hecate, whose influence extends from beyond ancient Greece, permitting various cultures and mythologies throughout history. In Roman mythology, she was acquainted with the goddess Trivia, who shared many of her attributes and associations. Hecate's imagery and symbolism also found resonance in the tradition of medieval Europe, where she was often depicted as a powerful and fearsome witch, capable of both great benevolence and terrifying wrath. In modern times, Hecate continues to captivate the imaginations of artists, writers, and practitioners of the magic and witchcraft. Our archetype appears in literature, art, and popular culture, where she is celebrated as a symbol of female empowerment, wisdom, and the mysteries of the unseen realms. The origins of Hecate are surrounded by myth and legend, much like the goddess herself. She is believed to be one of the Titans, the ancient deities who ruled the cosmos before the Olympian gods ascended to power. Hecate's parentage varies in different accounts. Some traditions identify her as the daughter of Titans Perseus and Astara, while others claim that she is the offspring of Zeus and either Astera or Demeter. Regardless of her parentage, Hecate became associated with various aspects of magic, witchcraft, and supernatural. Unlike many other Greek deities who were primarily worshipped in public rituals and festivals, Hecate is worshipped and her ceremonies are held in a more private and mystical way, away from others, where people can practice their rites and their magic. Her followers often refer to Hecate as witches, engaged in rituals aimed at invoking her powers and seeking her guidance in matters of magic and the occult. The triple formed goddess, one of the most distinctive aspects of Hecate as mythology, is Hecate's triple formed nature in art and literature is a frequently depicted as a goddess with three bodies or faces, symbolizing her domains over the three realms of earth, sea, and sky. This tra- uh, Tradic aspect of Hecate reflects her role as a liminal deity, presiding over boundaries and transitions. As a goddess of the crossroads, Hecate is said to inhabit the intersections where paths diverge, both literally and metaphysically. In this capacity, she serves as a guide for travelers, offering protection and guidance on their journeys. However, Hecate's association with crossroads also carries deeper symbolic meaning, representing the liminal spaces between past, future, life, death, and the material and spiritual world. The mistress of magic, perhaps Hecate's most enduring attribute, is a mystery of magic and witchcraft. In Greek mythology, she is often depicted as a powerful sorceress capable of wielding ancient knowledge and commanding supernatural forces. Hecate's magical abilities are used in a wide range of practices, including herbalism, divination, necromancy. She is also known for shapeshifting. One of Hecate's most famous roles in Greek mythology is her involvement in the story of Persephone, the abduction by Hades, the god of the underworld. According to the myth, Hecate played a crucial role in the search for Persephone, guiding her mother Demeter through the darkness of the underworld with her torches. In some versions of the myth, Hecate is portrayed as the compassionate figure who aids Demeter in her grief, while in others she is depicted as a formidable ally who helps to orchestrate Persephone's return to the surface. Hecate's association with witchcraft also extends to her role as a patroness of witches and magicians. In ancient Greece, practitioners of magic would often invoke Hecate's name in their rituals and spells, seeking her favor and protection over time. Hecate became synonymous, the archetype of the witch, embodying both the benevolent healer and the malevolent sorceress, the queen of the night. In addition to her association with magic and witchcraft, Hecate is also closely linked to darkness of the night. As a goddess of the moon, she is often depicted as a lunar deity, guiding celestial bodies through the night sky. Hecate's connection to the moon imbues her with a sense of mystery and otherworldly power, further enhancing her reputation as the goddess of night. In Greek mythology, Hecate is sometimes depicted as a spectral figure haunting graveyards and crossroads under the cover of darkness. She is said to roam the earth with her packs of hounds, known as the Hounds of Hecate, guiding lost souls to the underworld and protecting the boundaries between the realms of the living and the dead. Hecate's association with the night also extends to her role as a protector of women and children. In ancient Greece, she was often invoked by mothers seeking aid in childbirth or protection from harm. Hecate's nurturing aspects contrast with her darker associations, highlighting the duality of her nature as both a benevolent guardian and a fearsome goddess of the night. Legacy and influence. Despite the decline of ancient Greek religion, Hecate, whose influence enduring long after the fall of the classical world in the medieval period, her mythology was absorbed in Christian demonology, where she was often depicted as a malevolent witch or a demonic entity, which is not the case. Nevertheless, her reputation as a powerful sorceress continues to resonate with practitioners of magic and the occult. In Resonance Europe, Hecate had experienced a reassurance of interest as scholars and magicians rediscovered the wisdom of the ancient world. Her imagery appeared in her memoirs and occult texts, where she was invoked as a patroness of magic and a guardian of the hidden knowledge. Hecate is a triple formed aspect also found. Uh, Hecate's triple form aspect also found expression in alchemical symbolism when she was associated with the three stages of transformation: Negrito, Abido, and Rabido. In modern times, Hecate, who remains the popular figure in neo-pagan and Wiccan traditions and witchcraft, where she is revered as a goddess of magic, wisdom, and the moon. Her imagery adorns altars and ritual spaces where she is invoked in ceremonies celebrating the cycles of nature and the mysteries of the occult. Hecate's enduring legacy serves as a testament to the timeless power and myths and the enduring allure of the witches. Hecate, a symbol of feminine strength and wisdom, Hecate, prominent figure in ancient mythology, is known as the goddess of witchcraft, ghosts, and necromancy, revered in various cultures, particularly in ancient Greece. She embodied a complex array of symbols and associations that reflect her powerful presence in the spiritual realm. This part I explore the origins, characteristics, worship, and the enduring legacy of Hecate, providing a clear understanding of her significance in witchcraft and beyond. Origins and mythological backgrounds. Hecate's origins can be traced back to ancient Greek mythology, where she is often depicted as the daughter of the Titans Perseus and Astara. Unlike many deities who have a single original story, Hecate's character is multi-faced, encompassing various aspects of life and death. She is frequently associated with the moon, particularly the dark phases symbolizing the hidden and the mysteries. The earliest known reference to Hecate appears in the works of Hesiod, who describes her as a powerful goddess who holds domain over earth, sea, and sky. Her abilities to traverse these roads highlights her unique status among the gods, as she is not bound by the same limitations as others. This mobility positions her as a guide for souls, particularly those of the deceased, as they navigate the liminal spaces between life and death. Hecate attributes and symbolisms. Hecate is often depicted in art and literature as the threefold figure, representing her connection to the three realms of existence: the living, the dead, and the divine. The tripartite nature reflects her role as a guardian of boundaries, particularly at crossroads, where decisions are made, and paths diverge. Crossroads, in particular, hold significant importance in many cultures as places of transformation and choice. Further emphasizing Hecate's role as the guide, in addition to her association with the crossroads, Hecate is closely linked to the moon, a lunar connection deep, that deepens her mystical qualities as the moon's phases symbolize the psychical nature of life, death, and rebirth. As a goddess of magic, Hecate embodies the mysteries of the universe, inviting her followers to explore the unknown and to embrace the powers of transformation. Hecate's symbolisms extend to her association with witchcraft and the supernatural. She is often depicted with various attributes, including torches, keys, snakes. The torches symbolize illumination in darkness, representing her role as a guide for those who seek knowledge and understanding. This signifies her ability to unlock hidden truths and secrets, while snakes are associated with transformation and renewal, reinforcing her connection to the cycles of life. The worship and cult of Hecate. The worship of Hecate can be traced back to ancient Greece, where she was ventured in various forms across different regions. Her followers often practiced rituals and ceremonies to invoke her favor, seeking her guidance in matters of magic, healing, and protection. Hecate's worship gained particular prominence in the late classical period, where she became associated with the practices of witchcraft. Hecate's primary cult center was in the city of Eugenia, where her followers celebrated her with festivals and offerings. Shrines dedicated to her, often including altars at crossroads, where devotees would leave offerings of food and wine, flowers, incense to appease the goddess and to seek her blessings upon them. These offerings served as a means of establishing a connection with Hecate, acknowledging her power and influence in the spiritual realm. In addition to physical rituals dedicated to Hecate often include invocations and prayers, calling upon her to provide guidance and protection. The rituals varied widely, reflecting the diverse beliefs and practices of her. worshippers, practices of her worshippers. Many sought her assistance in matters of love, fertility, and revenge, showcasing her multi-faced nature and the broad spectrum of her influence. Hecate's association with ghosts and the underworld further solidify her status as the deity of necromancy. Followers often sought her guidance in communicating with the deceased, believing she could provide contact with spirit and provide insight into the afterlife. This aspect of her worship highlights the importance of Hecate in bridging the gap between the living and the dead, a theme that resonates throughout various cultures and mythologies. Hecate in later traditions and as time progressed, Hecate influences extended beyond ancient Greece, becoming an international figure in various mystical and occult traditions. During the Resonance, her image underwent a transformation as she became associated with the Begoni practice of witchcraft. Many witches see Hecate as a powerful ally, invoking her in spells and rituals for protection, divination, and guidance. Hecate's significance in witchcraft is particularly shown in the writings which characterize witches as practitioners of her dark magic. They portray they portray the portrayal of Hecate as a goddess of witchcraft contributed to the demonization of her and of witches during the witch hunt of the early modern period. Despite this, many practitioners of witchcraft continue to honor Hecate, viewing her as the source of empowerment and strength. In a time of persecution in contemporary pagan practices, Hecate has been embraced as a powerful figure within Wicca and other forms of modern witchcraft. Other our worship Our worships have experienced a revival with many practitioners seeking to contact with her energy and wisdom. Rituals dedicated to Hecate often involve invoking her name, creating altars decorated with her symbols, and engaging in meditation or spell work to harness her power. Hecate's enduring legacy can be seen in the ways she continued to resonate with modern practitioners of witchcraft and spirituality. Her multi-faced nature appeals to those who seek to explore the mysteries of life, death, and magic. As a goddess associated with transformation and empowerment, Hecate serves a reminder of the strength that lies within each individual in popular culture. Hecate serves as a reminder of the strength that lies in each individual in popular culture. Hecate's image has been interpreted and adapted, appearing in literature, film, and art. She embodies the archetype of the wise woman or crone, representing the wisdom that comes with age and experience. The representation aligns with the contemporary feminist movements that seek to reclaim the power and the agencies of women, particularly those who have been wronged or demonetized in what they are and their power and their energy. She's one of these deities that have come back in and help women to bring back their self power. And this has been something that they have followed her throughout history. Hecate's influences can also be observed in the reassurance of interest in herbalism, healing, and natural magic. Many practitioners turn to Hecate for guidance in the Many practitioners turn to Hecate for guidance in these practices, invoking her spirit as they seek to reconnect with the earth and its energies. The modern look of Hecate emphasizes the importance of nature and the cycle of life, reflecting the growing desire of holistic and substantiable practices. Hecate, the ancient goddess of witchcraft, ghosts, and necromancy, holds a unique and powerful position in the pantheon of deities. Her complex nature, rich symbolism, and diverse associations makes her a compelling figure in both ancient and modern spiritual practices. From her origins in ancient Greece to her enduring legacy in contemporary witchcraft, Hecate continues to inspire and empower those who seek to explore the mysteries of existence. As a goddess of transformation, Hecate invites us to embrace the unknown, confront our fears, and to find the strength in the shadows. Her presence serves as a reminder that the journey of self discovery is often fraught with challenge. Yet it is thought through these challenges that we can unlock our true potential. In honoring Hecate, we acknowledge the power of magic, the wisdom of the ancient, and the enduring connections that bind us to the cycles of life and death. Hecate's origins are somewhat mysterious. In early Greek mythology, she appears as a relatively independent deity, not entirely aligned with the more famous Olympian gods. Her name, Hecate, in Greek is linked to the word Hekatus, meaning the work from afar or the far reaching. This mythology hints at her power and influences across different realms, including earth, sky, and sea. Hecate is mentioned as one of the earliest sorcerers of Greek mythology, where she is portrayed as a favored goddess with power over all aspects of life, including prosperity, war, seafaring. Unlike other goddesses, Hecate is granted autonomy over reverence from Zeus himself. Her inclusion in this ancient text reflects her significance with early Greek religious thought, particularly in the context of female power and autonomy. Over time, however, Hecate's role shifts, and she becomes primarily associated with magic, witchcraft, ghosts, and the night. This evolution aligns her more closely with the underworld and mysterious realms that transcend the natural world, highlighting her as the liminal goddess who exists on the edges of Greek cosmology. Hecate is a triple goddess. One of Hecate's defined aspects is her role as the triple goddess. In classical representations, she is often depicted with the three faces or the three bodies, symbolizing the ability to see in all directions and exist at crossroads where different paths and possibilities meet. The triple form also aligns her with the three phases of the moon: waxing, full, and waning, and by extensions, the stages of life, birth, life, and death in her triple form. Hecate embodies different dimensions of her identity. The maiden represents youth, new beginnings, and potential. The maiden aspects of Hecate align with her connections to transition as she guides individuals into new phases of their lives. The mother symbolizes nurturing and creation. The mother aspect of Hecate reflects her protective and empowering qualities, especially for those practicing magic or seeking wisdom. The crone. As the crone, Hecate embodies wisdom, transformation, and the mysteries of death. This aspect links her most strongly to the underworld, where she presides over spirits and guides souls in this triumphant form. Hecate represents the cycles of nature, of existence, embodying life's journey from birth through life. The ultimate, the ultimately to death and rebirth, her triple aspect allows her to oversee thresholds and crossroads, acting as a guardian for those who seek guidance and protection at critical moments of transformation. Hecate's role in witchcraft and magic. Hecate is famously known as the goddess of witchcraft and magic, a role that has influenced how she is perceived in later folklore and modern spirituality. In Greek mythology, her magic is potent, allowing her to command spirit, communicate with the dead, and to influence the forces of nature. The power makes her a popular deity among the witches, particularly in the practices of necromancy, communicating with the dead, and divination, foretelling the future. Her association with magic stems from her role as the goddess of limitality and boundaries. Which is the liminal. She exists in the space that she in, she exists in the spaces that are in between dusk and dawn, thresholds, crossroads, and the division between life and death. These liminal spaces are essential in magic as they allow practitioners to access the supernatural realms. As a goddess of these spaces, Hecate becomes a conduit through which mortals can connect to hidden forces. Hecate's involvement in the myth of Persephone and Demeter is one of the most well-known stories, highlighting her magical abilities. In the assistance of Demeter in searching for her daughter Persephone, who had been taken to the underworld by Hades, Hecate is portrayed as the guide between the worlds of the living and the dead, helping to reunite Persephone with her mother while remaining impartial and wise. This role is a guide to mental status as a goddess whose faculties transition, particularly for those who seek wisdom in dark or unknown places. The symbolism of crossroads. Hecate is often described as a goddess of crossroads, places where different paths meet, creating a sense of choice and uncertainty. In ancient Greece, crossroads were considered secret spaces where offerings were made to Hecate to gain her favour and protection. These locations were believed to be haunted by spirits and the unseen forces, and it was customary to leave food called Hecate food, the Hecate's supper, at crossroads in her honour, and often to help keep restless spirits at bay. Often at the end of each lunar month, this would be done, and it would all be placed at the crossroads. Or if you don't have a crossroads, you could do it at your home. But at the crossroads, doing this ritual also represents decision making and the unknown, a fitting domain for Hecate, who governs over mysteries and paths not yet taken. By proceeding over these points of transition, Hecate symbolizes the power of choice and the importance of decisions on one's fate. Travelers Travellers, those embarking on new ventures, and people facing difficult life choices would pray to Hecate at the crossroads, seeking her guidance to navigate the challenges ahead. Hecate and the underworld. Hecate's connection to the underworld is a central aspect of her mythology. While she is not an underworld deity in the traditional sense, like Hade or Persephone, she serves as a guide between worlds, particularly for souls transitioning from life to death. Her ability to communicate with spirits and influence the dead reinforce her powers in the supernatural realm. Metaphysic, metaphonic underworld deity. Hecate also oversees ghosts and restless spirits, a role that has contributed to her association with necromancy. She is often invoked during rituals that require contact with the dead or involve protection against malevolent forces from the underworld. Hecate's status as a guardian at the threshold of the underworld further emphasizes her role as a protector against dark influences, as she can command spirits and prevent them from causing harm. This connection to the underworld also aligns her with the lunar symbolism, as the moon is often associated with the mysteries of death and the unknown. In this regard, Hecate is not a goddess to be feared, but respected, as she offers guidance through difficult and uncertain times, helping souls find their way in both life and the afterlife. Attributes and symbols of Hecate. Several symbols are strongly associated with Hecate, each representing different aspects of her power and mythological torches. Hecate is often depicted holding two torches, symbolizing a role as the guide through dark places, both literal and metaphysical. The torch is to light the way for those who seek answers or adventure into the unknown realms, illuminating paths that might otherwise be hidden. Keys. As a goddess of the threshold, Hecate carries keys, symbolizing her ability to open doors between worlds and unlock mysteries. These highlight her role as a gatekeeper who grants or denies access to knowledge, spirits, and hidden realms. Dogs are frequently associated with Hecate. It is said that dogs, hounds, specifically black, are said to be her companions and animal that she favors. And it is said that they are sometimes shown in like a ghostly black form, and they come in a pack of hounds. They are secret to her and are seen as protectors of the home and guardians against evil spirits. A connection to dogs reflects her vigilance and protective nature. The crescent moon. The crescent moon is a powerful symbol of Hecate's lunar and magical aspects. It represents intuition, mystery, and the rhythms of nature, all of which are central to Hecate's identity. Cypress trees. Cypress trees, often found in cemeteries, are connected to Hecate as a symbol of mourning, death, and transformation. These trees, along with the yew, are associated with the cycle of life and death, reinforcing her role as the goddess who presides over life's ultimate transitions. Hecate's legacy in modern spirituality and modern paganism and witchcraft. Hecate has become a figure of great importance, particularly in Wicca, and other neo pagan traditions and witchcraft. Her association with witchcraft and the moon and feminine wisdom resonates with those who seek empowerment through spiritual practice. As a guardian of the crossroad and the liminal spaces, she is a symbol of personal power, transformation, and resilience. Hecate's role as a triple goddess has also influenced contemporary introspections of the triple goddess archetype, which represents the maiden, the mother, and the crone phases of womanhood. This archetype honors the different stages of life and reflects the power inherent in each stage. Much like Hecate embodies the cycle of nature of existence today, Hecate is called for rituals and invocations, particularly for those focused on seeking wisdom, protection, and empowerment. She remains a powerful symbol of independence, mystery, and spiritual insight, representing a path of self discovery and inner strength for those who call upon her. Hecate stands as one of the most intriguing figures in Greek mythology, a unique role as a goddess of magic, witchcraft, crossroads, and the underworld makes her a multi-faced deity who embodies both power and mystery. Her connections to life, death, and transformation reflects a goddess who transcends boundaries and embraces the unknown. Hecate's legacy has been endured for thousands of years, evolving from the respected figure in ancient Greek religion to the beloved icon of modern witchcraft and spirituality today. As the goddess who lights the way through darkness, she continues to inspire those who seek her wisdom and protection, reminding us of strength to be found within and embracing life's mysteries. So, this is the story behind Hecate. I hope that this has helped you to understand her a little bit more, to get more of an opening and understanding of who she is. I will say to you that Hecate is one of the most profound deities and energies that I work with. She is very much misunderstood. She is not spoke about in the right way. Yes, she is of light and dark, and yes, she can make good happen and she can make bad happen, but she is not a deity or an energy that goes out there looking for trouble or trying to hurt anyone. It's not really something that she does. She's more of that person that will push you in the direction. She won't be scared to tell you when you've done something wrong or show you when you've done something wrong. She may do little things like if you've done something that's upset her, she may make something go missing or something might break for a couple of days and then it'll start working again when you put it right. She'll never do anything really evil to you unless you do something really, really bad, which most people never really get to that level. So, but I will say to you, if you are considering working with her, make sure that when you're working with her, that you have respect, honour, and understanding of her. Education and research need to be very powerful goddess, and she is a goddess that you do not want to get on the wrong side of, and she's most definitely not a goddess that you want to start working with if you don't understand anything about her. Another thing about her as well, she'll be happy to work with anybody, but it's only going to be those that are open to wanting to work and connect with the dead, that has connections to the natural world and cares about the natural world and the physical world, and all of the aspects that she's into. You've really got to have interest in those things for her to be able to work with you. She'll help you and guide you on your right path. She can also help you with personal problems if you've got things going on at home, or you're going through grief, or you're going through things that are not easy. She's there to guide you through that as well. She will give you that sort of motherly love instinct, but in a bit of a different way. She is a very powerful force, and as I said to you before at the beginning of the show, for some of you, first coming into communication with her might be a bit daunting and might feel a bit overwhelming. But as you get to know Hecate's energy and how she works, you'll realize that she is a truly outstanding deity to work with. She is a triple goddess. She is the mother of witches. She is the goddess of the thresholds and the crossroads and the dimensions. She is the seeker and connector and communicator with the dead and with life. She can learn you so much, not just about magic, but about yourself, finding your true and ethnic self. That's one thing that Hecate is really strong about, is you walking the path that is meant for you. Hecate is not one of these deities that want you to go find loads of books and different people and take what they say that she is about. She wants you to work with her personally and on her own on your own. She wants it to be personal, private, and meaningful between you and her. So I hope that that's helped you, and make sure that you do tune in for the second part to this video, which is where I will be talking to you about how to work with Hecate in the craft. Okay, and I will say this to you now: you do not need to be a witch to communicate with deities and to cast spells. Okay, just having wisdom, knowledge, and understanding will be the start. So I hope that you have enjoyed hearing the story about Hecate. And I was going to do the Cananos one on this, but this video is an hour and 46 minutes long, meaning it's nearly 2 hours long. And if I add Cananos's one onto this video, it's going to be about 4 hours. So I'm going to make his video individual as well. And then obviously, when I go to do stage 2, which is where I talk about their connections in the craft, I'll do Cananos and Hecate together. Okay, for that. And make sure that you look out for the shows. These will be 3 times a week. And they are talking about different types of gods and goddesses, different types of witches, and the 8 Sabbaths. Okay. And there will be other aspects of craft and series that I will bring in when these ones are finished. I'm not sure on how long these ones are going to go on for, because there are quite a lot of different witches and there are quite a lot of different gods and goddesses. But I am going to specify that when I do these shows, I am only going to write about the gods and goddesses that I work with and the witches that I know of, and some of the other ones that I think are important. I am not going to go through the whole lists of gods, goddesses, and witches. I'm going to just go for the ones that I know and the ones that I don't work with but I know of. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope that you've enjoyed understanding and getting to know Hecate and her story a little bit more. And please tune in for part 2, which will be how to work with Hecate and Cananos in your magical practice. So until then, from Willow, lots of love, light, and blessings. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed the show. And please don't forget to like, sub, and subscribe so you can keep getting notifications on all of these amazing shows. And also look out for Sister Drew, which is Drew's Scottish vlog, because she's going to be bringing out some educational shows as well to do with divinization and knowing your tools and things to your altars. So until then, lots of love, light, and blessings. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Blessed be and a merry pie.